So recently I actually bumped into a friend. I haven't seen her for I think good 10 years or something. And you know how it is, when you see someone that you haven't seen for 10 years, you sort of don't really want to see them because you don't really want to start awkward conversations. But in this case, it really wasn't the case. She came up to me, she tapped me on the shoulder, said hi, and I instantly recognized her. It sort of felt good. I left the cafe feeling really good about it, and just reminded me just how important it is to really touch base with people, keeping in touch and all that kinds of stuff. Now I'm telling you all of this because it sort of reminds me of the Audi Q7 that you see here right now. I haven't, in all honesty, driven this car for I think at least 6-7 years, maybe even 8 years, and all of a sudden jumping into this car, it instantly made me feel comfortable, just like how my friend did. And this car is not a small car, mind you, it's quite a sizable, chunky car. And yet I felt no awkwardness, no nervousness, just comfortable. I guess it also has a lot to do with how it looks. Audi has sort of made this car look a lot more dynamically sound than before. You look at this and you know that this is an Audi Q7. See, these vertical slats right here, these LED vertical slats right here, just makes this car look 2021, not 1991. A lot of people has got mixed feelings about this single frame grille right here. They say it's too big, they say it's too loud. To me, in my eyes at least, I think this grille fits the Audi Q7. I'm not too sure if a grille like this will fit the Audi Q3 or Q5, but at least in my eyes, because of how much presence the car exudes, this grille right here is perfect for this car. Now, speaking of presence, there's these two bow lines that run across from the start of the headlamps right through all the way back to the rear tail lights. Now, in the past, I don't remember the Audi Q7 being able to exude that much road presence, but in this Audi Q7, this current facelifted generation Q7, this bow line sort of helps to exude that much more presence. I mean, it's as if the width and the height of the car isn't enough. It's so huge on the road. When you really just floor the car on the highway, people will start giving way to you. And as I was saying, this bow lines certainly help with that presence, especially when you view it from the side. And as you follow the lines right through back to the rear, you see similar vertical LED slats right here, similar to the ones in front, making it again similarly dynamic. It's just that at the back right now, to me, it's a lot cleaner, it's a lot more modern with this metallic strip running across the width of the car. Now you open the boot. As with most 7-seater SUVs, the boot space with all seats in place is relatively inadequate. I feel like it's just not enough, and there's a lot of trouble going through it. I mean, a lot of 7-seater SUVs, you have to like press and knock down this, I gotta fold this, I gotta pull this just to knock down this to make more space. But Audi has sort of matched form with function. So if I want to knock this 2 seats down, all I have to do is press a button and it will fold down electronically. So it sort of makes you feel like, oh well, I mean, for the price I'm paying and I'm getting all this tech and I'm getting all this convenience, it's a lot of car for the money that I'm paying. And again, they have also thought about the fact that they know about the Q7 size, and if a driver like me, this small, this short, I might actually have trouble putting in my stuff. I might have trouble putting in the anti-trolley as well as my luggage. So Audi actually has a button again to lower the car down. Can you see it lowering right now? Look at it go, look at it. So now it's a lot lower, which means I can actually just put my barang-barang inside there with ease, without fuss. Now, knock these rear seats down right here and you're looking at about some 700, close to 750 litres worth of boot space. Check-in luggage, anti-trolleys, length test, it will definitely pass. And if this just isn't enough for you and you are making IKEA runs, if you knock the second row seats, this Audi Q7 will transform the boot space to over 2,000 litres. Now that is just mind-boggling. The 7-seater Audi Q7 mild hybrid is priced just above $392,000. The 3-litre V6 turbocharged engine produces 335 brake horsepower and 500 Nm of torque. The 8-speed transmission brings the car from 0 to 100 in 5.9 seconds. For more details on the Audi Q7 or any other car, head on to sgCarMart.com to help you make the smart choice on your next car. Now, the front seat has been adjusted to joint sitting position as usual, and despite that, I'm getting crazy amounts of knee, leg, as well as headroom, but that's to be expected because you're an Audi Q7. In other words, even if you're someone as tall as, say, maybe 1.8 meters, you are still gonna enjoy a tremendous actually, amount of head and leg room. But again, like I said, it's to be expected, right? More importantly, what I'm really impressed with this car is just how comfortable the rear seats really are. In all honesty, it might probably not be the most comfortable in its class, but it's certainly up there. And here's the really cool part. If you are, I don't know, generous enough and you want to give additional space to the people at the back, you can just roll the seats up in front and they're going to have additional leg room. And if there's no one behind you and you just feel like, you know what, you just want to enjoy the trip up north, someone's driving, you want to take a nap, you can recline the seats all the way and you just chill out. Really good thinking right there. Adding on to the whole comfort feel of the car is this. This to me is godsend. This is not unlike your any other sort of aircon, rear aircons, because it comes with this touch screen. You can actually adjust just via touching it and just rolling it. You can move up to 6, fan speed 6, and that's actually really strong. And if that for some reason isn't enough for you, one more here, which both of them are actually just blowing at me, so I'm actually not feeling that hot despite this blistering weather. Unlike a lot of other cars out there, especially SUVs, 7-seater or 5-seater for that matter, the Audi Q7 right here comes with 3 individual seats, which means the guy in the center can actually have his very own space, put his legs up on the transmission tunnel, and there's still going to be enough space for the people beside him. And because the Audi Q7 is so focused on being family oriented and comfort, Audi has thought things through very carefully. So the car comes, at least the rear seats, comes with 3 ISOFIX points, which means you can actually ferry 3 children if you need to without any fuss. And if for some reason you have a big family and you're bringing your nephews and nieces out and all that kind of stuff, and 3 just isn't enough for you, there's 2 more at the back, which means you can actually ferry 5 children in total. Now, the back here is relatively comfortable. I'm still getting sufficient shoulder room with the other guy at the back, so it's okay in terms of shoulder room, but not so in terms of leg room. So this part here is still best left for children. There are nonetheless cup holders here for kids to have their water bottles. Still not big, but it can fit my phone. So drinks, definitely no problem. And before I forget, this car comes with soft closing feature, just for added convenience and comfort. Let's check out the front. Now, at least I know the Q7 can swallow up this huge water bottle of mine right here. And not a lot of cars can do that, so I can really appreciate something like this. Now, on that note of swallowing up water bottles, there are 2 cup holders right here. Nice, good size. There's also more space right here. There's actually a wireless charger here, so you can actually put the phone, it'll charge. It also comes with 2 USB ports, 1 SIM card holder and 1 SD card holder. Now this right here gives you a sense that how Audi has thought through a lot of things, well engineering and all that kind of stuff, blah blah blah, right? Because you think, oh, no big deal, but you can actually lower this up and put this up if you want to. So for someone like me who's seated very near the steering wheel because of my height, I can't really rest my hands fully on the cushion right here, but you can if you just do this really slow, slick action right here, and I kind of like it. It's very well thought out. Elsewhere, everything just looks and feels good to the touch. Very luxurious feel, as you would come to expect from Audi, but here's where it stands out from its peers. This right here is open wood paw trim. It's grey in color, and it really feels very good, very premium. It sort of gives you that zen, comfortable feeling, and I think if that's what Audi is going for, it has definitely nailed it. And together with this piano black surface, it just exudes a whole lot of luxury premium feel. The only complaint that I have, as with a lot of piano black surfaces, is you kind of see a lot of fingerprints all over the place, like including here as well. It's actually quite annoying. So if it actually annoys you like how it annoys me, you might have to carry a microfiber cloth with you wherever you go. Now that those are all out of the way, I really want to talk about the 3 screens right here. First, second, and the third instrument panel right here. Audi calls it the Audi Virtual Cockpit. Now, the multifunctional steering wheel, you can just adjust here. So if you kind of want to see the whole map, in a different view, it can actually cover the entire screen right here, sort of gives you a broader view. The rest of it is all, you know, same thing. I can see everything that I want to know about the car's information is all here. But here's where it really takes a cake. This is now touch screen. It doesn't help with the fingerprint, but you know what? Audi has done away with the MMI, which means it has cleared the MMI knob rather. So it's cleared up a lot of space here. The go into car, everything is here. For instance, there's no lag. You can see the car details, parking aid, driver assist, even the seats and efficiency assist. So it sort of gives you an idea that this car is really about safety and it's really about comfort and all that kinds of stuff. Now, on that note of parking, you can actually have a 360 view of the car, and it sort of makes sense, especially for a car this size. If you're parking, if you are unsure about whether you're going to curb your rims and all that kinds of stuff, put it into 3D mode. Again, you can view the car like this. The only complaint that I have is I just wish that the representation of the car here is real and not just something that's mimicked. I mean, this is obviously a Q7, but it's not the Q7 that we're driving. It's just a Q7, as you can see here on the screen. Below it is where the second screen stands out. It only controls the climate control, actually. The aircon, the speed, the fan speed, all that kind of stuff. I thought it was really cool because it's a clear demarcation of climate control and the rest of the car. Looks good, feels good. Does it drive as well as it looks and feels? One way to find out. As I've mentioned before, I've not driven the Q7 for a really, really long time. I'm talking about like 7-8 years perhaps. But jumping straight into this car when I first collected it, feel like second nature. It really felt like second nature. It felt like as if I've been driving this car for ages. Like I immediately know this car. I'm immediately comfortable with this car, emotionally, mentally, and physically. Now, I know it sounds crazy, but mentally and physically is really important, because for a pint-sized driver like me to jump into a huge car like this, you need to be prepared. You need to be able to have a good view out so that you don't get into unnecessary scratches of the rims and the door panels and stuff like that. And mentally is because, for me at least, I get very afraid when I'm driving expensive cars. The cars aren't mine, you know what I mean? So when you drive a car like this, I'm talking about a $392,000 car, I gotta be extra careful, but not with the Q7. Apparently it seems like it feels like I'm driving my own car. It's not like I don't care, I still care. But there could be several reasons for it. I think it's because despite its huge, imposing presence on the road, the car doesn't feel its size when I'm driving it. It just shrinks around. I'm able to place on the roads very easily. I can park very easily, again, because of all the cameras and all that kinds of stuff. So it just feels like another SUV. It being oversized is just over-exaggerated. But more importantly, it's really how much comfort and luxury, the sort of premium feel you and your family can really enjoy from this. When I first got this car and when I opened up the doors and checked the boot and all that kind of stuff, the first thing that came to my mind was, my kids are gonna love this space. I'm sure my wife would love it too, which I think she did. Right? I brought my kids out, my wife, my family. My elder daughter wanted to sit in the last row because she wanted privacy. I don't know what's that all about, but she enjoyed herself in the third row. She had her own time. She was singing songs and all that kinds of stuff. Even with the boot space, when they're all in the second row and my wife beside me, I could easily fit 2 strollers and our bags all inside, no fuss. Everything is just there. And it feels good that you can just haul your family from point to point in a very fuss-free, happy, peaceful, comfortable manner. I mean, if the Q7's aim, if Audi made the Q7 for that, man, it hit the spot, man. Okay, and a good part of all is this Audi Q7 comes with Audi Presense. So what happens was an Audi Presense just blinked up and it actually shows. So it's all these things that come together, all these safety features that come together, and it just tells you that, you know what, you can drive in comfort without having to worry about getting into an accident. But here's the thing, I like my car sizzling hot. I like it I like it to be unpredictable, but the Q7 is absolutely not that. It's anything but. It's very predictable, but the Q7 wasn't made to be sporty, even though it has some sporting disposition. Again, because of its four-wheel steering, making directional changes very easy, unlike any other cars where, you know, when heavy cars, at least, when you want to make a directional change, you sort of feel like you are dragging the car towards the direction, but not quite this, again, because of the four-wheel steering. So you sort of feel that nimbleness of the car, and the sporting disposition, as I was saying. But its priority is really comfort. It glides over bumps and ruts, again, because of its adaptive air suspension. It just soaks everything up nicely. I don't even bother to slow down when I see humps or broken or potholes. I don't bother, I just go over it, because I know the Q7 will be able to take and absorb all of this and ensure that all on board the car will be able to enjoy comfort. This car has a 3-litre V6 lump in front, pumps out some 300-ish brake horsepower and 500 Newton meters of torque. This car, while it's not made for the twisties, is definitely made for the straights and overtaking maneuvers and acceleration off the line. 3-litre V6, I mean, we're talking about acceleration of like what, to 100 kilometers per hour in less than 6 seconds, just under 6 seconds actually. And in reality, it feels a lot quicker than that. It feels just crazy quick. I mean, I guess that's what 500 Newton meters of torque does. And so, get this, this Q7 now comes with a mild hybrid 48 volt system. This doesn't give you better fuel consumption, it doesn't necessarily give you better figures as well. What it does is it helps to power, think of it as, let's put in layman terms, yeah, think of it as powering the back end of the car. So you don't really see it, it doesn't come forth with it. It's all happening behind the scenes. Helps to power the lights, the electrical systems, and all that kinds of stuff. So that extra boost is given to ensure that everything works well within the Q7. But of course, like I said, even though it's fast, the car will not defy the laws of physics. I mean, if you go over bends like this now, you can feel the body roll. It will not defy the laws of physics, definitely. I can feel the roll, but it's still very well controlled. It's not wobbly, crazy wobbly. It will still hold its own very well. But I suppose people, or potential buyers of the Q7, is that if I were to buy the Q7, if my mind was made up and I said, you know, I'm going to buy the Q7, I'm not going to bother about how well it performs around bends, man. If it performs well around bends, it's just going to be bonus. As a matter of fact, my priority will really be, you know what, sitting 7 in comfort, or at least 5. I want premium, I want the luxury feel. And for that, the Q7 just aces, man. Absolutely aces. So, question is this a will buy, won't buy, or go try for me? It is a go try. Despite how much I genuinely love the Q7, the only reason why I said go try is because the price tag of $392,000 is just too much for me to swallow, right? You could probably transact a lot lower than that. I don't know, maybe. Can't take my word for it, but that's the only reason that's holding me back. I mean, of course, if I'm a millionaire, I will buy this, man. I will definitely buy this, but I'm not, right? I'm just a working class. I'm an employee. I could buy a lot of stuff with that kind of money. But if you have that kind of money floating around, get the Q7. But if you're still keen on the Audi Q7, but you can't seem to swallow this $392,000 price tag, there is still a 2-litre version that's priced lower, and it comes with almost all of the comfort features present in the 3-litre, except for the wireless charging and the 360-degree 3D camera. So there you have it, guys. That's the review of the Audi Q7 3-litre V6 mild hybrid. I hope you guys enjoyed the video as much as I've driven the car. Please feel free to share this video with your friends and family. And also please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and let us know in the comment box below whether or not you will buy, won't buy, or go try this Audi Q7. In the meantime, stay safe, be well, ciao.